Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester. We are playing Field Commander Napoleon. This is 1796. Set up the Italian campaign. We're going to try this again. We tried this a couple months ago. Didn't go very well, and that's mostly because I forgot to add all my forces from, what city is this? Nice. To the battle. When all their forces came in to attack me, I forgot to add in all my reinforcements. So, this is kind of an interesting setup here. So you have quite a few forces here for Napoleon. You have a city up here, Tunis, and add as an objective hex, Nice, Milan, Mantua, and what's this one? Kaflorg? Kafort? Yeah, something like that. Anyways, as you see, there is a huge army force here, and even a bigger one back here, which can move on us. But the main objective is to have two objectives from the end of the March 1796 onward, or the campaign ends. So you need both of these right off the bat. First turn, you have to capture this, which forces you to kind of split your forces up, because you can't obviously just stay here. You can't just come out and attack these guys here with all your forces, because if you do that, then you don't have the second objective and you lose. So you have to go up, you have to split your forces up. So that brings the question of how much do you send up here? You have to get this. So if you fail in your objective to get this, then you lose right away. So you have to send enough forces that you have to make sure you can get this. So it's kind of almost like a little chess thing going on. Hithwell, Viper Dave, what's going on? Cheers, guys. So yeah, it's an interesting dilemma right off the bat. You only have fortification and garrison up here, but of course you have this fog of war rule, which means all kinds of different things. More forces can come in. You don't know. There could be other guys there. You might lose some supply points. There's all kinds of things that can happen over here. So you have to send in enough, and that's what I didn't do. I think the first time was I didn't send in enough forces to actually take this objective, but you have to split everything up between them to be able to make sure you get this area. And then your forces are split, and then the enemy can cause all kinds of problems by coming into your territory, because now your forces are split between the two areas. Because when you're rolling for their orders, it can roll and head towards a French objective held, which is both this one or this one. They can also advance by 2. So they can actually move 2 spaces. So all these guys and all these guys can end up in either one of these spaces right off the bat. So you got to kind of split your forces up kind of evenly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take see if we can show you here. So we're going to take La Harpe. We're going to take Anago. We're going to take Marquid. And we're going to take come on, Monnier. And we're going to take, of course, Napoleon. So we're going to take all these forces up there. And the reason I'm doing that is because if your strength total is 3 times as much as the enemy, then you envelop them and they just rout, and you don't have to actually fight them. Right now they're currently at 9 points. Have 4 for the fortification and 5 for the garrison. So that's 9. So I'm actually taking in 27 points of attack there, which is the bottom numbers there. So 5, 5, 8, and 9. That's 10 plus 17 is 27. So if all goes as planned, we'll actually be able to envelop this area and not even have to fight the battle. But, like I said, part of the thing is you roll for this on this fog of war chart, and they can get enemy reinforcements and add a garrison and all kinds of bad things. So I'm taking a risk at trying to do this, but so yeah, let's see what we do here. This could be a short one again. All right, so I'm gonna have to look at some of the rules because it's been a little while since I played, so just be patient. All right, so advance the turn counter. So we advance the turn counter. We are now on March 1796. So we need 2 objectives. Right, moves. Move all your mobile forces into an adjacent area. There's no cost to do this. Blah, 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 blah. You can move the Napoleon counter to an area adjacent to its current. There's no cost to do this. Resolve a battle. Resolve a battle when French and enemy are in the same forces in the same area. Alright, so we're going right into battle here against... We're going up to try and take Tunis with the fortification and the garrison. And if the gods love us, for the love of God, please... let us get this, because then we can start moving our forces out once we have these 2 objectives. All right, so pre-battle, we're going to roll for the fog of war. And this is probably, and I hate to say this, but the first die roll you actually make in the game is probably the most important one that you'll make the whole game. Because if this fog of war roll screws us over, that everything that we've planned is now null and void. So there we go. The reason I'm splitting these guys up is because we do have a garrison and fortification here. We have Kilmar, we have Stiegel, we have Guernier, and we have Sonnerir. Sonnerir, however you pronounce his name. Still here. So if they decide to attack into Nice, we still have a pretty good sized force. If they decide to come into Tunis, we'll have a pretty good sized force. But we have to split these up. If we just send a couple guys over there and then they end up attacking here, that's going to be bad. Plus, when it's the enemy's turn, you're going to be rolling for each held area, and they can roll reinforcements, and then those reinforcements can come in. Same thing with there. Same thing in here. I'm ruining my blood pressure. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you have a better suggestion, now is the time to make it. Feel free if you have a better suggestion, because I don't know of a better suggestion than what I just did. If you have a better suggestion, feel free to help out. Viva la France. Hey, how you doing, RJL 518? How's it going, buddy? Defeat the army. Defeat the army doesn't do anything. Defeating this army does not do anything because you have to hold 2 objectives from the end of from the end of March 1796. So you have to get this objective. I can't go after this. I lose if I send all my forces over here. It's as simple as that. If I send all my forces over here to attack the army, then I only have 1 objective and I lose the game. So that doesn't sound like a good option to me either. only other option I can even think of is... now you've got me all... Let's see, 9 and 8. This is, guys... The only other objective that I can think of is you have to use your fortifications in your garrison to help protect against all this stuff that's coming in. You can go against both. Yes, you can go against both. But if you go against this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pretty decent armies. Pretty good size army here. So how much do you take in to go after this, right? If you take in 5 guys, right? You take in 5 guys. That leaves you 3 guys to take out this area. If you don't take out this area, you lose the game. Send in enough to overrun Tunis. 29 it is. Send other forces into battle with Piedmont. Really? You guys really think sending in forces over there? It's going to be a 5 against 4 and Napoleon. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Good to see you. What would Napoleon do? Well, I know Napoleon would go after him, but that's not the. I don't think that's the smartest move. I really don't. I really don't think that's the smartest move. The reason being, okay, here's my thought, right? You get a garrison and you get a fortification in these hexes. If we take over this, we'll also get a garrison and fortification for this hex as well. So when these guys try to attack us, we're going to have extra forces in there to help. A garrison and a fortification are going to be in there. So why not use these guys to help defend against this huge army coming up? If we don't send enough to take over Tunis, we're screwed because you have to have 2 objectives from the very start of the game. That's what I always do. Overrun Tunis and fight the Piedmont army. Well, it sounds great. It sounds great, but because the enemy starts with 8 supply points, they can add +4 to their dice roll. Right? So +4 to their dice roll. So all you need to do is roll 10 or higher, and you're going to get an enemy reinforcement. 11 to 12 is going to give you an enemy garrison in the battle. So all of a sudden you can't envelop them anymore because you don't have the 3 to 1 value anymore. And they're going to get +4 to their dice roll, which means all you have to do is roll a 6 or higher on its inside dice. You don't start with the scout. You have no way to... You don't start with the scout. You have to purchase the scout. You don't start with the scout. You can't just scout to cancel it. So with the +4, if you roll a 6 or higher on this dice, they're going to get an enemy reinforcement, or they're going to get an enemy garrison in this position, which means that you no longer have a 3 to 1 advantage, which means you can't envelop them. So that's why I said this is such an interesting setup on this very first start of the game. It's one of those things where you could probably try this 20 different times, and because you're going to roll on this chart, right? And then you have to determine what you're going to do with this stack, right? Why would I want to... I guess my question is, why would I want to go after these guys when The very next phase, these guys are then going to split up, and some of them might come up here, some of them might come down here, some of these guys might go here, some of these guys might go here, some of these guys might go here. And so now I've got armies that I can pick apart easily, as opposed to trying to go after one big massive army. It doesn't make sense to me. If I send these guys out there, we are 4 versus 5. Plus again, because they start with 8 supply points, they can get enemy reinforcements. They can get extra battle plans, all kinds of stuff. The Piedmont troops are rubbish quality. Your troops will whip. They have a couple line. They have 3 line and 3 poor. 3 line and 3 poor. And they do have a 6-3 cavalry. A 5, a 5, a 3, and a 3. And we have a veteran, a poor, and a line. So we do have slightly better quality troops. But we have an 8, a 7, a 3, and a 6. And Napoleon, which doesn't really count. All he does is add battle plans against this army. Assuming he doesn't roll to get more reinforcements. Okay, if I do this, right, and we say, okay, go out after this guy, right? Let's say I lose a unit and another unit becomes wounded, right? And we wipe out all these guys. Good for us, yay, right? I'm just trying to think ahead. We lost this guy, another guy got wounded, and now, literally, we have this army, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units in it, sitting here right next to us. And when we roll on the chart to see what they do, they will go to an enemy held position on a 2. They will hold position on a 3 to 4. They will go to a random hex on a 5 to 7. They will go to a French-held objective. They will move towards a French-held objective on an 8 to 9. They will advance on a 10 to 11. They will go towards a French-held objective times 2 on a 12. And they will advance times 2 on a 13. Which means if you roll anything from 8 or higher, if you roll anything 8 or higher, they're going to probably end up on your attack here, which means you now have a severely wounded army facing off probably against at least half of his army, if not more. Assuming that they don't roll any reinforcements on the reinforcement phase. I mean, I see your guy's point. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a valid point, but my point is, if I can use my garrisons and my fortifications to help defend against all these units, then we can kind of wipe them out. Right, it's probably not going to be the entire stack, but you roll in groups of 3, right? So you're going to take 3 of them, and then you're gonna roll to determine what they happen. So you roll a die, and you're going to add points for supply. So +1, +2, or +3, depending on how many supply points they have. So some of them might, go random and might end up there. Some of them might go random and end up here, and the other ones might stay. So you might be 4 versus 4, but why would I want to take on another army as a wounded army after having just fought this battle? Why not take my 2 objectives and let these guys maneuver, and then let me figure out what happens after that? You'll be able to refit by then and buy scouts. Well, that's true, Paul. That is true, but we only have 3 supply points to start the whole game with. So it's not like we can get a huge, recreate our army from scratch with 3 supply points. All right, so that's what I am going to do, actually. We're going to try my strategy, and we're going to see how it works. And then we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We can always restart if we don't like how it turns out. We can always give you guys your strategy and see. I think this is a sucker move. I think this is a sucker move trying to bring these guys up there. You got better quality troops, but you have less troops. The enemy has more special rules unless you have Napoleon in there. Napoleon doesn't count for anything other than the battle plans. And you have 2 infantry and 2 cavalry. I think it's a sucker move. I do. I hate to say it, but I think it's a sucker move to bring in there. So we're going to try it. We're going to try my strategy first, and we'll see how it goes. So we're going up here. We're moving in Monnier, Marcourt, La Hoppe, and Agarir into Tunis. And Napoleon and the others will stay behind in Nice, awaiting the big massive stack of battle to come. All right? So let's do this. The Fog of War. Here we go. Fog of War charts. For this battle right there. Now, if the enemy has 7 or more supply points, you get a +4 on the die roll. But they lose 4 supply points. So they're going to lose 4 supply points. I don't know if that's good or bad, but they are now down to 4 supply points. So they have 4 supply points. But they get a +4 to the die roll. And if I had a scout, that would be the time to use it if I needed it. Alright, let's see what happens. Just what I thought. Exactly what I told you is going to happen. I told you this is what was going to happen. So 6 + 4 is going to be 10. So on a 10, what do they get? They get an enemy reinforcement. So now we got to fight this out with an enemy reinforcement to the battle. I mean, you got a 50-50 chance, but if you roll 6 or higher, you're screwed. So, I mean, we ended up rolling a 10, right? So now we got to get a stupid reinforcement. All right, let's see. Do we just reach in and grab a random one, or what do we got to do here? Let's see here. Fog of War. Immediately draw 1 enemy reinforcement from the reinforcement cup and add it to the battle. If the cup is empty, give the enemy 2 supply points. So here is all of their recruits. Right? Is it a recruit? I think it's a recruit. Isn't it a recruit? Enemy reinforcements. Right, which actually could be the enemy reinforcement cup, which I think isn't that where you take some of their units? Oh, okay, right. Place all enemy recruits in the reinforcement cup. All right, okay, so it is going to just be a random draw here. And last time I did this, we got the best artillery unit they had in the game, which was great. Draw randomly, there, whatever. Oh, okay, well, there we go. There's another recruit. They have a couple fortifications in a garrison. Great. Right, it's going to be the destroyed forces. Right. Go in the reinforcement cup. All right, great. So now we have 2 to fight against. All right, now I got to remember how to set this up. Like I said, it's been a few months since I actually played this, so I'm going to have to try and remember how to do this. All right. So we did the pre-roll for Fog of War. We did the development check. Determine battle plan quantities. So the enemy's going to get 2. We're going to get 1. Buy additional French battle plans, which we're not going to do. Select insight counters, which we can't do. Place the French forces. All right. During the battle, up to 6 mobile French and 6 moves. Select up to 4. So I believe the French front. Get off of that. Stupid thing falling over on me now. Get off. Stupid thing. No battle plan, yeah. Engineers, now. Recruits and destroyed forces, yeah. I didn't take Napoleon up there. Because I just wanted the 27. Because I think most guys are going to come this way. But, I don't know. It's kind of iffy one way or the other. Alright. Place the mobile French forces from the campaign map, battle map. You can place up to 4 mobile French forces in your approach region. Okay, so we can place... I guess we can place all 4 of them there. What about the French front? When do we do the French front? You can place 4 mobile French forces in your approach region. Right? We did that. What about the... Alright, move the enemy garrison from the campaign map battle area to the enemy approach. Enemy approach. And then I think their fortifications and recruits go in the back. Alright, Hithwell, thanks for coming by. Good luck, Jester. See how Heathwell is? He's like, oh yeah, I gotta go, bye, and leave me here. After he gives me all this bad advice. Yeah, just go and attack them. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, I think. Let's see. I think they start column and line. Cannons, garrison, and fortifications are in line. Enemy and infantry are in columns. So I think that's this way, right? And these guys are all that way. Great. Okay. Alright, so we're doing, so that is placing the forces, right? Okay, next. Select the French battle plan. So we have some battle plans. Let's look them over to see what's going to be best for us. Square infantry, no roll. Formation, no roll. Oh, Jesus. Let's see what we have here. Flank, only 2 if column, no roll. God, I forgot how to play this game, to be honest. Push, if column, no roll. If they're in column, advance, shock -4. Only 2, if column, no roll, advance, and then advance, shock -3, and then attack. That could be pretty good. I think that means that it's going to advance. Then they're going to advance and shock anyone that's there, and then they're going to attack. But we need to move guys up because we're a million miles away from them. So advance. We need the double advance, I think, is what we need. We got to get some guys up there, if I'm not mistaken. We have no cannons, so we don't have to worry about that. They don't have any cavalry, so we don't have to worry about changing anything. I'm going to... Only 2, if column, no roll. Yeah, here's the other problem now we run into is we don't want to get our good units killed either. Damn. Yeah, they could switch the line and then attack, but yeah, we got to move up on them. We got to move, man. We got to move. We have no cavalry because we have all infantry. All infantry. I guess we'll play that there. All right. Now we need to get a couple for the enemy. Put poorest troop up front to take damage. Well, during the battle. Yeah, I don't think I can start him there, though. So we should try to move this guy up then. Move him up as fast as possible. So he'll be up here, taking most of the brunt of the fire. Alright. Let's see what the enemy's got here. Okay, one just fell. Where'd it go? Here it is. Close ranks. Ignore the first hit inflicted on an enemy. Oh, good. And wheel. Cavalry advance. They don't have any cavalry. Advanced line. Infantry attack. Well. Alright, I don't know. Let's just go with that. Garrison always performs a fire in combat battle plan if there's opposing forces in the same region or adjacent region. Right. For a force to perform a battle action, you must roll a French activation number or less. If they're successful, the force performs the orders listed on the battle plan. If the activation roll is unsuccessful, the force does not perform an action this turn. When performing a battle plan, the force follows the battle plan list of instructions from top to bottom, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's do this then. Don't draw plans for forts or garrisons. Right, you can always sign battle plans. Garrisons, fortifications, and cannons have special limitations on a battle plan they're able to use. Yeah, actually, you're right. I don't think they get any actual battle plans because they're just garrison or fort and artillery. So, right, they always use the attack plan, right? Which is bad. Which is bad. All right, so then we resolve the enemy battle plans. Resolve the select and place battle plans, draw and assign battle plans, resolve enemy battle plans. So there, he would shoot, but there's nobody there. But the cannons can shoot. Cannons and fortifications cannot attack opposing forces engaged in melee. Cannon. An enemy cannon always performs a combat battle plan if there is non-melee combat French troops at range of one or more. If all for enemy cannons perform the retreat battle plan if the enemy forces rout. Alright, so I think the fortification is going to shoot at us. It needs a 4 or less, I believe. Yeah, thanks, Paul. I appreciate your help. So we'll do the fortification first. Rolls an 8. So that's, I believe that's a miss. You need to roll that number or less, I believe, if I'm not. So we'll do the recruit now. Come on. Miss. Miss! Yes! Alright. So now this guy, he is in column. We don't need to roll for him. He just automatically activates. He's going to advance. He's going to advance, and then he's going to shoot. Attack. So he can actually attack this guy. I think he can shoot one region, right? So when doing an attack, what does he need to? I think he just needs to roll his attack value or less. So he's got an attack value of 5. What I could actually do, let's do it like this. Slide this over so you guys might have a little bit better idea what's going on. I can do that. So looks like he can attack one square, so he just needs a 5 or less. Is because he's in column mode, does he get any penalty for attacking in column? Oh, the other thing we didn't do is when were we supposed to roll for the battle turns? So it automatically every time is 6. Started 6. Roll for fog of war, the envelopment check, determine battle plan quantities, buy French battle plans, select insight counters, place French forces, place enemy forces. So we did all that. Then the battle turn starts with insight activation, select and place French battle plans, draw and assign battle plans, resolve enemy. Oh, it's what we rolled here. So we got add one enemy reinforcement. So battle turns is 5. Okay, so that I remember that. That threw me up last time. So we got 5 turns. This is turn number 1. Right. All right, so no penalty. All right, so 5 or less, and Monier will hit the garrison. Come on. 7. Of course. Miss. Let's see if this guy can advance. He is a 7. 3. He can advance. Marcord. 6. Ooh, just barely, but he can advance. And La Hop. Oops. Let's try and roll it on the 3. He's a 7, so he can also advance. All right, so that's one battle turn done and over with. Take this back. We will. I don't think. Is there a. No. That's cavalry. I'm just wondering if they have a battle planned for artillery. I'm just checking. No. 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 No, it doesn't so far look like they have any battle plans. So yeah, we don't need to draw because there's no battle plans for artillery at all. So all right, now we get our turn back. I think these guys always shoot at the closest enemy that's not engaged in melee, so they'll shoot at this guy first. So what I want to do, we don't have any cavalry, so we can just get rid of that one for now. We want to advance and then shock advance. Pre-attack cavalry. Grape shots. Okay, so this is, we can ignore this one too, because that one's not for infantry. Advance, shock -3, and then attack. So we're going to take our good unit. We're going to take the Hop. He's a 9. So these guys will shoot him. They will also shoot him. If in column, no roll. Okay, good. All right. So, on to round number 2. Fortification. He's going to try and shoot. He's a 4. He's a 4. He's a 4. He's a... Oh, it's a hit. It's a hit. It's a hit. It's a hit. So that's going to flip him. So this recruit here... Oh my God, he killed him. So he's dead. Monnier. Dead. Gone. And now we have this guy who can't shoot because there's no one there. So that turn ends. Now, we move up the hop. He doesn't need to roll because he's in column. He advances. Then he advances and shock -3. When a force enters a region containing opposing forces, select one opposing force with the lowest skill level to make a shock check. If there are several forces at the same level, choose the force to make the check. To perform a shock check, roll the force's printed combat value or less to succeed. If the force passes the shock check, it suffers no ill effects. If the shock fails its shock check, the force suffers 1 hit and retreats 1 region. So he's a 5. Let's see. And he gets a -3. So he's only a 2. So a 1 or 2. Should have shot the garrison first. Oh, okay. So you work this way. Okay. So actually, technically, let's move back. Let's move back. We'll still count the hits as the hits. So this guy would have shot first, so he's a 5. It rolled a 10. Okay. Which is a miss. So, yeah, and then so he would have shot. Then this guy shoots and damages, and this guy shoots and kills him. Okay. All right, so we didn't screw that up. All right, so then we move this guy up, and then we move this guy up again. Now we do a shock -3. So we have he's a 5 -3 is a 2. Oh, he makes it. But we still get to attack. And we have a 9 attack value. 5. So that's going to damage the garrison. And because these guys are now engaged, these guys will shoot at these guys, which is kind of bad. But let's try and move this guy up. He's a 6. He's a 7. He will... Ugh, I don't know if I want to move him up because he's our better unit. Yeah, we got to get these... We got to kill these guys quickly because that's round 2 already. Am I missing something with the melee? Sorry, Paul. What am I missing with the melee? Oh, +3. +3, right, okay. Apply the second hit on his imposing force. Okay, so I don't remember what I rolled. Right, +3 subscript. I know I hit, but I don't remember what he rolled. Let's roll it again, because I don't remember what I rolled. Damn, what was it? What was the number I rolled? Right, but I might have been able to get 2 hits on him. If I would have rolled 3 or less. Did I roll a 3 or less? You don't think I rolled a 3 or less? Maybe not. Alright, so he's done. These guys move. These guys can't move. That's round 2. Round 3! Ugh, he's going to attack us, isn't he? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. He can move up. Can he shoot him, even though they're in melee? I think he can shoot him. He's an 8. Let's see. If they're in melee, can someone shoot him if they're in melee? Let's just look up combat. It might say in the combat section. Doesn't say you can't. Yeah, it doesn't say you can't shoot into melee, so he will shoot. He has got to kill this guy right now. Come on there, Algarer. Come on, buddy. He's an 8. So we need it, buddy. Come on. I rolled a 9. That sucks. Alright, and then this guy failed his move. So now that's the end of round 2. Alright, so now let's see what we want to do for our activation. I think we're going to try the flank again. I think that's... We can advance, try to shock them, and then attack them. I think we're going to try that. So hopefully we won't all die here. Alright, this guy fights our guy, the Hop. Oh, he's a good unit too. A 9 at combat value and a 7. We do not need this guy dying. So, he's only a 3, so... If you roll 1 to 3, it'll be 2 hits. And if you roll a 4, 5, or 6, it'll be 1 hit. Come on, miss. That is a 10. That is a miss. So he misses completely, which is, wow, that's a lifesaver there. So then our fortification will shoot at the closest non-melee units, which is going to be him, unfortunately. So that's a 4. Oh, off the table. Come on. Ah, god damn it. One more recruit. Really? Seriously? Both of them hit? God bless it. So we got our good guy killed too. All that because we had to draw the freaking cannon reinforcement. God damn it. This is exactly what happened last time. He will attack the garrison. Five. That's only going to be a single kill, but it will be a kill. This guy's going to try and move up. 1. He will move up. That's the end of the 3rd round. And now these cannons are going to blow the shit out of this guy, too. And we're going to do flank again. All right, so fortification on the hop, 4 or less. 9 misses. Recruit, 5 misses. Wow, well, that kind of helps a little bit. Thank God for that. The hop, he is going to try to activate a 7. He rolled a 10. Of course he did. Why not? Now this guy doesn't need to roll. He will advance. He will advance with shock -3. So this unit has got a shock -3. So he's a 1. And he rolled a 1! Of course he did. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he roll 1? And then he will attack this unit. He is a 5. Well, at least he hit him. And, oh, they didn't even have a reduced side. Isn't that great? That is turn number 4. Turn number 5. This guy's going to shoot at, we do get to, let's see, what can we do here? We're going to push. Because he'll be shock -4. He'll have a 0 attack. He will definitely attack that. But first, he'll get to shoot him. 4 or less. Of course he hit him. Why wouldn't he hit him? This guy can't shoot because he's engaged in melee. Then our guy will move up and do a shock -4. He's a 4 -4, so he's going to fail. If he fails his shock, he must retreat. Although it's, wait a minute, it says static forces do not retreat. Are these guys considered static forces? Oh, it suffers a hit and retreats 1 region on the battlefield. Static forces do not retreat. If a retreating force exceeds the number of forces allowed in the region, destroy the force. So he will at least take a hit. And that will kill him because he's got no backside, I don't think. He doesn't have any combat value there, so I'm assuming he's dead. Screw you, you stupid recruit. Alright, and now this guy, Macard, he's a 5. Come on. 4! That's enough, and we will finally win the day. Marcord and what's his name? The Hop, who's severely wounded. So we took 4 guys in. 2 guys got completely wiped out, and 1 guy got reduced. So what we have left are these 1 wounded guy and 1 regular guy against the whole might Cannons are static. Okay. When do we add the garrison? Yeah, because now we literally have one and a half dudes to protect this area. Maybe you don't add garrisons. During setup, you add garrisons, but I'm wondering, once we take an area, we battle, we pre-battle, we determine the battle, we battle overview, then we shock, retreat, blah, 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 battle turns. Let's see, route checks, advancing, withdrawals, enemy retreats, French retreats, we can't post-battle. You may now move each of your mobile forces to an area adjacent to its current area. You cannot move your forces that are in the same campaign map area as enemy forces. Pay 1 supply point for each force you move. A force can move during the forced march setup, whether moved during the move step or not. Resolve the battles. French resupply, refit. Purchase new forces. Purchasing scouts. Pay for them and resupply. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? Damn. Alright, so we can move guys around at least. So we have a garrison and fortification here. We're gonna have to bump up these guys. Gonna move this 7 over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And God. I'll move this 6 over there too. That leaves us with 4 guys plus a wounded guy. Okay. That leaves us with Napoleon with just 2 little armies now. But he does have a garrison and fortification in there, so. Alright. Alrighty. So now, what do we do? We move, resolve the battles, we force march. So that costs us 2 supply points. So we're now down to 1 supply point. French resupply. Find the number of supply points. So we gain a number of supply points. 3 plus 3 for each city. So 3, 6, 9. So we're going to get 9. So we have 10 supply points. 9, 10 supply points. So we have 10 supply points. Now we can purchase. We can spend 2 supply points to flip each of your reduced forces. So yeah, the Hop, we're definitely going to flip him back for 2. So we're down from 10 to 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're down to 8 by refitting him. We definitely want to try and get a recruit, a garrison, a fortification, cannon fortification, I think. He is a 5 recruit. Oh, we have a veteran 6 recruit too. We have 8 points left, so we're going to get 2 cannons. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get fortification, or recruit, going to put him with our, Napoleon, and we're going to get that there. So we'll have a fortification cannon there. We will have a recruit here with our 8 points left. How's that sound? Does that sound horrible? Some of these guys are not very good. But I think having a cannon in there. Well, I mean, we gotta withstand their onslaught now, right? So we're setting up a defensive line, and then we'll move. These guys, some of these guys will come and try and take Milan, and then some of these guys, depending on how they all do their thing. All right, enemy orders, result battles, enemy resupply. All right, so let's see what the enemy orders are. Okay, all right. Just looking here to see when did they. All right, so yeah, all right. All right, so. All right, so let's, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 5 guys here, right? So we got to split them up into a stack of 3 and 2. So what we're going to do is you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this really easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3, and what's the other one that's going with 3? Well, it can't be 3. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so these 2 will be a group, and these 3 will be a group. So now we're going to roll for these guys right here. Now, supply. They have a total of 4 points. So they're going to get a +2 to their die roll, and they lose 2 supply points. So they are going to go to 2 supply points. So they're down to 2 supply points. But everyone gets a +2 to their die roll. Ah, come back here, dice. Come back here, come back here, come back here. Ah. All right, so we'll roll for the big stack first. These guys are pretty yuck. These guys are pretty good. These are the ones we want to, like, run away. So +2 to their die roll. And recruits are separate as well. Yeah, these are all the same nationality, so. All right, let's see what happens here. 1 + 2 is a 3, so they will hold. So these guys aren't going anywhere. Beautiful. These 2 guys, let's see what they do. Now I want these guys to advance. I want these guys to advance because now I can pick these guys apart instead of having to take this big army on by itself. 4 + 2 is 6. They will go into random hex. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 adjacent. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just going to re-roll. So they're going into a random hex. 9 is a re-roll. Well, they decide to come in. So we're going to have at least 1 battle. These guys are going to hold. I'm going to turn these guys knowing that I already did them. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate these guys into groups of 3, and then there's going to be one oddball that's a 1. So group number 1 is going to be 8, 10, Jesus, and 6. So this is going to be one group. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 3, and we can't have another 4. Can't have another 3. Can't have another 4. Can't have another 4. Can't have another 3. Good Lord. 5. There you go. So then these groups are going to be a group. And then there's going to be one oddball out, because there's going to be another group of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll find the oddball out. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then these guys will all be a group. I think that was done about as fair as you can possibly do it. As fair as you can possibly do it. All right, so we're going to roll for the single first. +2 to his die roll. 6. He is going to go into a random hex. So these guys are actually all back here. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is no 10. 1. So he's going to move up there. Now these guys here, +2 to the die roll. Can't be a 9. Yes, I'm sorry. We're on this, so that's an 11. They're going to advance. So these 3 advance. Now technically, they might move here or here, because this is both considered an advance, because they're moving towards the city, and they're equal distance away. So what I will do is even, odd. Even. So they are going to actually advance up there. All right. Now this group of 3, +2 to the die roll, is a 5. That's going to be random again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're actually going to retreat back to Mantua. And then we have these last 3 units here. 7 + 2 is 9, and they're going to head towards a French-held objective, which are both, again, even, odd. Odd. So they are going to actually move down here. So that is a lot more better than trying to take these guys on, because now we have another fight. These guys will go into here. We have this guy there, this guy here. We also have Napoleon now. What are these guys? Why are these guys over here? Are these the dead guys? These are the dead guys. These are our dead guys. These are our dead commanders so far. Monnier and Agriel. Manuel. All right. Well, the way to kill them off, guys. Way to kill them off. All right. But look at what we have going up against these guys now. We got 2 cannons. We have a garrison. We have 2 other guys. And we have Napoleon, which means now move towards lowest combat value. Yeah, I was assuming they were, if they were equal combat values, that's why I split them up that way. So, all right. So here we go. So since we have Napoleon, we can actually get an insight if we wanted to. Let's see what we have for Napoleon. We could raid to get some extra supplies. We have morale. Your forces gain +3 on their shock rolls, which might be good. Oh, these all go into column formation. Just the duration. Oh, duration is going to be... Actually, we didn't roll that yet, did we? No, we did not. Field Commander Napoleon, Fog of War. So we need to roll that. I wonder if we have triple their value. Well, let's see what they roll on the chart. So, roll for Fog of War first. Yeah, so first thing we do is roll for Fog of War. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate all your help. Do very much appreciate it. Have a good one. Thanks for your help. Yeah, I'm only going to be on a little bit longer. I think we're going to just do this last battle, and then that'll pretty much end the first turn. So we'll see. But thanks. All right, so first thing is first is, yeah, the Fog of War. They have 2 supply points, which means they're not going to get a bonus to the roll. They get no bonus. No bonus at all. So it's just a straight up... Oh, and that is a 1. If Napoleon is not present, select 1 insight. Well, Napoleon is present. All right, they have a total combat of 10. We have 11... 24, not quite triple, so we're going to fight this one out. All right. Terrain. Place all enemy forces in reserve or approach. Ooh. We can actually... Let's see if we can force these guys to come back from here. It would take them a couple turns to get up. Our cannons can just light them up in the meantime. Let's look up... Oops. Let's look up terrain, because that might be the one. That might be the ticket. Let's look up... Insight. Terrain. Where's terrain? Where's terrain? These are... Oh, if it... so it's... Yeah, it would be automatic, too. So it'd be automatic. Yeah, because that one is... So we would get one of these, and then we would get a... Place all enemy forces in reserve or approach. So we're going to put them all in reserve. And now, ooh, we can use the grape shot. Only fort. No roll. They get an attack of +2 and +1. So yeah, we're going to use the grape shot on these guys. Right there. All right. So that is... Buy additional... No, we're not going to buy any additional plans. We're going to select the insight counters. We're going to place the French forces, place the enemy forces. We're going to activate the insight. So, whoop, push them all back. Wherever that counter went to. And then select and place French battle plans, which we will. Draw and assign enemy battle plans. Oh yes, we did forget. We will have to do that, won't we? Damn, that sucks. And they're going to get 2. So we're going to draw for the infantry in the back. And we draw aimed. If line, no roll. Then we get an attack for this guy. But unfortunately he's too far back now. And the last one is, if infantry, no roll, column, advance. Shock -3 and then attack. Ugh. Oh, he's still going to be too far back too. Good. So Napoleon's tactics are working perfectly. All right. Resolve enemy battle plan. So aimed. If line, no roll. So since he got this, does he not? He doesn't take in he doesn't move then because he's been assigned a plan. So we activate his plan. He can't attack. If line, no roll, and he would get a bonus to his attack. So he's not going to do anything. This guy will then closing. If infantry, no roll, column, advance. He would shock -3, but we don't have to worry about that. And then he would attack, but no one's close enough. Now it's our turn. All right. So this guy will move up and shoot. Well, he's got 6. He's got to activate with the 6. No, he won't do anything. This guy will activate on an 8. Yes, he will activate. So he will move up. He will attack. An 8 will score a hit. A 4 or less will score 2 hits. Yes! Completely dead. Bluge. Things are turning around for Napoleon now. Pauvre. Gone. He goes into the reinforcements pool. Wherever these guys, where do they all go? Where do the recruits go? Are these the recruits? These are the recruits. Okay, so he goes there. He's dead. Nice shot. That was Sengel. All right, Sengel. Nice shot. Garrison isn't going to do anything. Our recruit down here. Let's go with our fortification first. So he's got the grape shot. Only fortifications, no roll. Attack +2/+1. So a 6 or less, 1 hit. 1, 2 hits. Come on now. Let's hit this guy. 1. Boosh! Explosion. That is the shot. Gone. No damage. Napoleon has completely decimated the enemy. As they try to invade into his territory, he laughs at the enemy. Laughs at the enemy as they try to enter into Nice. There we go. Laughs at the enemy. Napoleon. Beautiful. That was about as good as we could have planned it, to be honest. To be good. So now the enemy resupplies. So we roll once for each enemy held city. So Moulin first. He rolled a 2. And they're going to get a garrison. Are you kidding me? So Moulin is going to get some more garrisons. We will go to Genoa. Right? Yes, Genoa. 9, they're going to get 3 supply points, so they're going to be up to 5. Let's get rid of this. 5. 5 supply points. That was Genoa. That was Milan. Now to Mantua. 3 more supply points. Great. That'll take them up to 8. So that was Genoa. That was Mantua. This is not a town. This is a town. No town, no town, no town, no town, no town, no town. And then way back here, these forces are actually not on the board yet. They are arriving late. I just didn't want them to forget about them. They will come on as soon as Napoleon moves forward. So we have Klagenfurt. Let's see what happens with Klagenfurt. 3. They get 1 reinforcement. These are all their reinforcements. Ugh. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14. Okay, well, too many they have. All right. Come back here. So we're going to just draw out a handful of them, and then we're going to roll a die. I won't draw out all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that was perfect. We had 4 left. All right. 1 through 10. Let's see what kind of reinforcement Klagenfurt gets. 8. Ooh, they got a cannon recruit. The poor cannon recruit over there in Klagenfurt. So that is going to be that. And that's all that we got. Now it's on to our turn again. Now, you can see, wow, we still don't have a ton of help. And to go after this area, look at this. They have 3 units in here as well. And then they got this another army massing up here. I mean, if you leave here to go after here, now you have a... If you leave this area to go up there, then you're leaving Tunis with 1 cannon, right? So you'd have to leave somebody behind, I'm assuming. Keep a couple of them. Oh, these guys won't advance. It's a garrison, a fortification, and a garrison, so they won't advance. So we probably could take these 4 against those 3. And then take Napoleon. Oh, God. Look at that. He's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's up to 7. But we have to get out of... what we would probably do is bring Le Hop down to help Napoleon. Or one of these units down to help Napoleon down here. Just not a lot. There's just not a lot. They're better units, but these guys are not very good. Most of them are not very good, but wow. All right, we'll see that next time. Thanks to Paul Burns for helping out. Thanks to RJL 518 for coming by. Thanks for Heathwell and giving me the information and talking. And, of course, Viper Dave. Thanks for coming on by, guys. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.